Welcome in, friends, to Game 52 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour. It is the last time this year we get to see the Party Animals play here in historic Grayson Stadium. And including tonight, we only have 3 more battles between the Animals and the Savannah Bananas on the schedule. Bananas are desperate for a win as they have dropped 10 in a row to the boys in black and pink. That is here in Savannah, and they have lost 13 of their last 15 overall to the Party Animals. They're trying to avoid a sweep as we bring you the finale of this 3-game set. Couple great battles so far. Party Animals with a 5-3 win that came down to the wire on Friday night, a 3-2 victory an evening ago. As we welcome you inside the broadcast booth with Josh Talevsky, Pico Scala, thank you all so much for spending your Saturday night with us here in virtual Banana Land. The games continue to be phenomenal. They come down to the wire, but in the end, the Party Animals doing the little things necessary to continue to beat this Banana squad.
Yeah, last night was one of the closest battles we've seen in quite a while here in Grayson Stadium between the Bananas and the Party Animals. And through 7 innings, we were knotted at 2 points apiece, and it seemed like the Bananas had a lot of momentum going in their favor, with Ryan Kellogg returning to the mound to pitch, and Ty Jackson really exhilarating his team with his running around the bases as he served as a designated runner and scored that game-tying point. But in the 8th inning, it was the Party Animals with clutch 2-out hitting. Tanner Thomas and Dustin Baber able to provide that extra point the Animals needed to grit out a 10th straight victory here in Grayson Stadium. But another thing that just added to the Party Animals winning was a couple of miscues from the Savannah Bananas, as they had 4 trick plays missed in last night's ballgame that really cost their pitchers, who had a great ball game overall. And so the Bananas are going to have to clean that up as they try and figure out if they can beat the Party Animals here in Grayson Stadium before they possibly match up against them in the Tour Championship in October.
Yeah, as I said just a few moments ago, I think it bears repeating. Including tonight, only 3 games left on the schedule between the Bananas and Party Animals. So this Nanners squad, who has been pretty darn good against the Firefighters, 4-0 against them, 1-1 against the Tailgaters in a tiny sample size, they really could use a boost of confidence, figuring out a way to get a W on the record against this Party Animals team that has their number, unbelievably so, across the last 15 games.
Well, if anything, they've got a great starting pitcher on the mound for them in tonight's ball game. They're sending Noah Nisnik out. He's leading them in starts this season and has really put up a great year since the month of April began. The only issue is he's opposed by a man who's starting to put himself in Pitcher of the Year conversations. Brett Helton has just been remarkable for the Party Animals this season, leading the World Tour in innings pitched. And the funny thing is, the Bananas are the ones who really helped turn his season around in a sense, as they started making comments to him about the fact that they thought he was over the hill and not putting his best effort out on the pitcher's mound. He took that personally, and he has been unbelievable, not only against the Bananas, but the Firefighters and Texas Tailgaters as well.
Well, as the Party Animals star Jake Skoll said on the post-game show on Thursday, after the Party Animals had that 5-3 win with the tying run on base, the winning run at the dish with Drew Gillespie nailing that down. You don't want to rile Kobe up because he might drop 50 on you. It's exactly what the Bananas did to Brett Helton, and this is a guy with minor league baseball experience, more than a decade of professional baseball experience, and he's gonna figure it out when it comes down to it, especially if he gets a little bonus motivation. All right, Josh and I could talk till we're blue in the face about this beautiful sport of ours and the marquee matchup we have on tap tonight. A reminder, going on in Richmond, it is game 2 all time between the Tailgaters and Firefighters. So if you've got multiple screens, if you have to grab something from one of your parents, do what you have to do. Get both games on. You do not want to miss it. The Bananas right now are finishing up their warm-ups. We're about to have Banana Baby. The Party Animals will be storming the field in just a few moments. So let's get it on down. Bill Leroy, once he's done dancing with the fellas, should have the mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Savannah Bananas!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get those spirit fingers high in the sky. Both hands, spirit fingers high in the sky. Feeling the vibes this evening. it is time for a Bananas tradition that started way back in 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for tonight's Banana Baby, Turner! Turner is 6 months old and extremely calm considering the circumstances. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise one more time for tonight's Banana Baby, Turner!
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to left center field. They are the wildest, craziest, sexiest, most outrageous group of animals you'll ever lay your eyes on. And they're here for just one reason: to party! Grayson Stadium, here they come, the party animals! Number 12, Noah Fisher. Right fielder, Jake Skoll. Number 5, Andy Cosgrove. The extra hitter, number 4, Tanner Tinder Thomas. At second base, number 9, Dustin Paper. First baseman, number 2, Jason Swan. At third base, number 8, Grayson Bloomer. Catcher 41, Bronson Paul. And at shortstop, number 20, Sal Jacobo. On to pitch for the Party Animals tonight, number 10, Brett Bunting. The Party Animals are managed by Mike Bob Avasis, assisted by Thomas Sim Shady Simino, and Anthony How You Doing Coramano.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am bringing some Bananas power to home plate. His name is Grayson. Grayson is 6 years old, and he's attempting to hit a home run against these Party Animals. So can I hear some noise for my dear friend, Grayson? He's digging in the box, facing Party Animals pitcher Brett Helen, who stares him down and throws the first pitch. That's strike 1. Looks like Brett's throwing the heat. He's only 6 years old, Brett. The count's 0-1. Here comes the windup. Pitch number 2. Strike 2. Brett throws the slider. This is not very fair at all, Brett. Wow. Split comes out of nowhere. He says he's going to make this fight more fair. Grayson winds up, and he's going to smack that ball foul. Foul ball. A great bat flip that traveled right by my head. Great swing, Grayson. Back to home plate. The count's 0-2. Grayson gets his bat ready and smacks that ball into center field. Bryson Bloomer and Brett Helen collide. The ball goes wild. Bronson Boholm throws the ball to first. Not in time. Grayson's on his way to second base. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. The ball flies into left field. He's rounding second base. He's rounding third base with blazing speed. Here comes the play at the plate. Bryson Bloomer is going to ball down. He's safe at home.
What a job. Son of a gun. Maybe they should suit that cat up. The Nanners need a little juice to their offense, trying to stop this Party Animals winning streak in Savannah. While Shark gives the full capacity crowd here in Grayson the 11 rules of Banana Ball, we will turn to Jesse Cole for the honor.
The name of the game is Banana Ball, and this is the fastest, most entertaining game in sports. Rule number 1, win the inning, win the point. If you score the most runs in an inning, you get a point. The most points win the game. But in the last inning of Banana Ball, every run counts as a point. Rule number 2, there is a 2-hour time limit. No new inning can start when the clock hits 0. Rule number 3, if you step out of the batter's box, it is a strike. Rule number 4, no bunting. If you bunt, you're thrown out of the game. Rule number 5, batters can steal first. Rule number 6, no walks allowed. It becomes a ball for sprint until every position player touches the ball. Rule number 7, no mound visits. Nope. Rule number 8, if a fan catches a foul ball, it is an out. In Banana Ball, everything's in play, so you better be ready. Rule number 9, the showdown tiebreaker. If the game is tied at the end of 9 innings or when time expires, it is pitcher versus hitter with one fielder, and the hitter has to score. Rule number 10, the Banana Ball challenge rule. You, the fans, have the opportunity to challenge a ruling on the field. Rule number 11, the golden batter rule. A team can send up any batter to hit in any spot in the lineup. This is guaranteeing the best possible matchup at the end of the game when it matters most. These are the official rules of Banana Ball.
Savannah Bananas versus the Party Animals. We got Mark Smith and DR Meadows. They're going to swap back and forth. First throwing, Mark Smith is going to have to throw these footballs at DR. DR is blindfolded. He's going to throw those balls. Let's see how many he can hit as he bobs and weaves. Here we go. Blindfold on your marks. Get set, go. All right. So far, Mark has got nothing. DR's dodging pretty good. He is bobbing and weaving. Mark, come on, man. You can't just win the games of past 2 nights. All right, Mark is going home with nothing. All right, DR, it is your turn to throw. All right, here we go. Back over here, DR, this way. Back up, he's got to get the blindfold right there to Mark. All right, here we go. Let's get that blindfold on your marks. Get set, go. It bounced, it bounced. All right, come on, you gotta get a direct shot. Oh, there he goes, he got him. Anymore, let's just throw it right at him. Do it, here we go. Come on and give it up for the Savannah Bananas, the winners of tonight's Player Challenge.
At this time, direct your attention down that first base line, because it's now time to meet the cast of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour.
Always great to see Dylan on the tuba and the rest of the Banana Band blasting through historic Grayson Stadium. Sean McBride and his crew. The Princess Bananas, Banana Nanas in tow. Everyone riled up for game 52 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour. And special for yours truly, always to get to see the parade happening. It's been going on since before my time. Back in 2020 when I came down, the folks were parading on through the stands. And that cast and crew gets bigger and better as every year comes to pass. KJ Lover says, come to Nebraska. I mean, it would be a no-brainer to bring Banana Ball to Omaha. I know Jesse Cole, if it makes sense, will get us there. In Big Yellow, we trust. I'm sure going to Kyle Perry's college home of Lincoln, Nebraska would be pretty darn cool as well.
I think Charles Schwab Field would also be an excellent venue side of the College World Series. Definitely a great atmosphere, you know, and you see every year just how much the people come out and just love college baseball and show support in that area of the country. Tonight we embark on the final Bananas versus Party Animals battle in Grayson Stadium, which is still hard to believe it's coming here on June 21st.
Yeah, it was really front-loaded when the Texas Tailgaters and Firefighters were going through their spring training, getting revved up to join this world tour. And the Party Animals will be doing a lot of battling with the Tailgaters, getting the Firefighters in the action as well. For the Nanners, lots of games against the Firefighters still on the schedule. 3 more series with the Tailgaters. The next time they will be in Savannah, the Bananas that is, will be against the Visitors in early July. So the plot thickens on this 2025 World Tour that the Animals are currently dominating. 28-16 on the year, 12 games above 500. 22-14 overall against the Bananas. It was really a back-and-forth affair over the first few months. Bananas and Party Animals were trading blows, and then this Animals squad has really rounded into form over the last couple months.
Yeah, and I mean, it really marked a turnaround in Atlanta for the Party Animals. Game 2 of that series. It was another close game, but the Party Animals pitching was utterly dominant. And again, that's what's given them the upper hand for the most part here in these games in Grayson Stadium. And again, they turn to one of their aces in Brett Helton, and also have had a really sturdy bullpen and are likely to throw out some of their best guys. I'd imagine Brady Keiss and Drew Gillespie are 2 of the guys you're going to see featured late in this ballgame tonight.
Well, speaking of the cast and crew, let's get it down to Isaac Cool so everybody can have their moment in the sun.
They are the world-famous Banana Band. She is royalty here in these parts. She is Princess Potassia. They are the heavyweights. Here comes the earthquake. They are our dad bod cheerleading squad. Give it up for your Bananas. Hey, buddy, get out of here. All right, here we go. The sassiest seniors around in Banana Land. Give it up for the Bananas. There we go. All right, every day is National Mascot Day with this fella. He's got abs like no other. He's the king of potassium. Let's hear it for Split. Very nice, my friend. All right, he's the tallest man in all of Banana Land. Give it up for Dakota Stilts Albritton. And he's our dancing first and third base coach. Let's hear it for Maceo. Stay loud one more time for the cast of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour.
All right, Banana Nation, DR Meadows here, and it looks like the cast is ready. All the players are ready. So it's now time for you, the fans, to get ready. So I need everyone here to get on your feet. I need all 5,000 of you on this Saturday night to get on your feet and help me welcome out 6-year-old Millie. Come on, Millie. What's up, girl? Okay, your job is very important. Everybody here is ready for this game besides the fans. So whatever you do, they all have to do. You think you can show them some moves? Yeah. Crank it, Shark. What you got, Millie? Yeah, get those hands together, y'all. Pulp Fiction? How do you know this, Millie? Staying alive? It's beyond your time. Swimming. We need to cool off out here. Keep going, Millie. Oh, we're still swimming. Go, Millie. Oh, we're rolling it, y'all. What else? Jumping jacks. We all need jumping jacks. Look around, Millie. You just got 5,000 people excited and ready for this game. Give it up for my friend, Millie!
What a job by that youngster. I hope you folks noticed in the crowd a Dustin Baber doppelganger. That would be Alexis, his wife. It is a Baber, just not Dustin. But gosh, she did a good job with the costume of her husband. Let's get a look at our starting pitching matchup here tonight. It is a really good one. Brett Helton, who has been scorching on the mound over the last couple months, against Noah Nisnik, the 2024 Banana Ball Rookie of the Year.
Well, entering tonight's contest, these guys are 1 and 2 when it comes to innings pitched on this year's World Tour. I expect them to at least go 4 innings each in tonight's contest, and they've only gotten better as the season has progressed. For Noah Nisnik, he has a 3.24 earned run average across his last 25 innings pitched. Now, you think that's good. Brett Helton has a 2.25 earned run average across his last 32 innings pitched for the Party Animals. Both of these guys have been really tremendous. They keep guys off base paths and they pound the strike zone. That's what makes them so effective. And for Brett Helton, he just has to continue to dominate against this Bananas team, has the lowest ball four sprint rate on this year's World Tour out of all qualified pitchers. And each of these guys have a 154 ERA plus, indicating they've been 54% better than the Tour average pitcher this year.
This is just about as good as it gets when it comes to a starting pitching battle. We've gotten the Party Animals lineup. Now let's see who the Nanners are sending 1 through 10.
Number 15, Rack, Robert Anthony Cruz. Batting second, the center fielder, number 5, DR, the Doc Meadows. Batting third, the DH, number 19, Dan Oberst. In the cleanup spot at first base, number 11, Correll Prime. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 2, Reese Superman Alexiadis. Batting sixth at shortstop, wearing number 6, he is our glove magician, Ryan Cox. The left fielder, number 7, Ty Two Fly Jackson. At third base, wearing number 4, Kyle K.J. Jackson. The catcher, number 3, give it up for Mr. Eric Jones. And at second base, he wears number 8, and he is our greatest showman, baby, Jackson Olsen. On the mound for your Savannah Bananas tonight, number 88, Noah Nisnik. The Savannah Bananas are managed by Tyler Gillum, assisted by Adam Virant, Eric Fox, and Reggie Horton. Escorted out by Bear. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats. Here to honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem, please welcome to the field, Rachel Mann.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You are watching Game 52 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour. It's the finale of this 3-game series between the Party Animals and Bananas. The boys in black and pink are looking for a sweep. The Manners trying to get Coach Reginald Horton the best birthday present he could ask for. At 46 years young, he'd like a W. We'll see if they can make it happen for him. The Animals have won 10 straight here in historic Grayson Stadium. So the odds are stacked against this Bananas team, who we check out their defense right now. Left to right in the outfield, Ty Jackson, D.R. Meadows, and Reese Alexiadis. Third to first in the infield, Kyle Jackson, Ryan Cox, Jackson Olsen, and Correll Prime. Well, behind the dish, it's Eric Jones Jr.
Well, it's been a quiet series for D.R. Meadows in the trick play department. Just one so far through 2 games. Still looking to become the second man to 100 trick plays on this year's World Tour. Would be the first outfielder in Banana Ball history. But last night we saw Ryan Cox 5 trick plays at shortstop for the Bananas. And keep your eye out for Ty Jackson in left field. He's had a 5 trick play game here in this ballpark.
In the middle of it all, it's the pride of St. Louis, Missouri. The city where these two teams will battle next. And up against him, at the top of the lineup, Reese Hampton, Noah Fisher, and Jake Skoll. In the cleanup spot, Andy Cosgrove. Then Tanner Thomas, Dustin Baber, and Jason Swan, with Bryson Bloomer, Bronson Ballholm, and Sal Jacobo to round it out.
Last night it was guys in the middle of this order, Tanner Thomas and Jason Swan, who had especially strong nights. Thomas with 3 hits against the Savannah Bananas, and Jason Swan wound up with the Showman of the Night award after going 2 for 3 with a ball 4 sprint, a run batted in, and a stolen base for the Animals.
It is so tough to navigate this Party Animals squad. Deadly at the top. And you've got big boppers like Swan in the 7-hole and Bloomer in the 8-hole. But if anybody's up to the task, it's Noah Nisnik, the man out of Southeast Missouri State, in his second Banana Ball World Tour, and he is finding his groove.
12th start of the year for Noah Nisnik, who has a 1-2 record in Grayson Stadium this year. He has a 3.43 earned run average and a 4-minute and 12-second MPI in 21 innings pitched. He's had 18 runs scored against him in this ballpark. Only 8 have been earned. He has been the victim of a lot of sloppy defense. Therefore, he's only got 3 points earned and 7 points lost.
Let's get it to Shark.
Start the clock. We're going to do it right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
Showtime indeed, Shark Nasty. Nisnik primarily a 4-pitch guy. Fastball, circle changeup, curveball, and a cutter from time to time. Peter Wide in the switch-hitting center fielder. Ahead 1-0. Hampton hitting .302 here on his 4th Banana Ball World Tour. On base percentage, just 6 ticks below 400 at .394. Slugging percentage just below 600 as well. I mean, if you've got a 3-4-6 slash line, you're doing something right. This one cued over to first. Niz is going to backhand it and take it to the bag himself. He induces soft contact. And that's a nice start to his evening.
Once upon a time, that section of the diamond was known as the Jackson Triangle. Ty Jackson used to bunt balls there all the time. It would make it really tricky for guys to know who should take priority over the ball, the pitcher or the first baseman. In this scenario, Nisnik is quick off the mound to field that one and then wind up taking it to the bag himself for out number 1 tonight.
And just like Hampton before him, Noah Fisher starts with a 1-0 count. Now make it 2 balls and no strikes.
Those bunts, by the way, this was during collegiate play for Ty Jackson, of course. No bunting in Banana Ball.
Right, it's good to clean that up. The 2021 and 2022 Pennant Cup champion with the Nanners, Ty Jackson. Roaming left field tonight, Fisher spoils the 2-strike offering. Count remains 2-2. Battle between a couple sophomores here in Banana Land. Backdoor curveball never ended up anywhere near the door. And now a payoff from Niz to Fish. Heater misses. 2 batters in, we have our first ball for sprint. Bananas get it through the infield quickly. Now they just need all 3 outfielders. And Fisher content with 1 base on his 19th ball for sprint of the tour.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's terrific sprint defense for the Savannah Bananas, being able to transition it to all 7 defenders behind Noah Nisnik. That's a sprint you can't afford to give up early in this ball game, especially with Fisher. Just 2 for 19 against the lefty this year. That one hurts.
Fly ball deep to left. Ty Jackson a long way to run on his horse. Diving, never had a chance. Oh my gosh. Ragdolled himself into the fence. That is one tough cookie. He's A-okay. The guy is just all or nothing on every play. You gotta love the hustle. Golly. Little spooky how close he came to that bench. The tie 2 fly. Brushing off the rubber pellets from the AstroTurf. And he's ready to rumble once again, a 1-2 count on the almighty Jake Skoll.
I mean, I think seeing a play like that, whether you're Noah Nisnik or any of the other defenders, it's got to have you feeling pretty confident and comfortable that guys are really going to give you their best defensively, especially when we said Nisnik's been the victim of a lot of trick plays missed and even errors as EJ smothers that ball in the AstroTurf.
Superb stop by the Nanners backstop. He ties that spark plug kind of guy. Saw it when he scored from first on a single to tie the game last night in the 7th. This one off the end of the bat. Backhanded sliding stop. Olsen bounces it to second for 1. Jackie with a web gem. He'll grab trick play number 44 on the tour for him. Gets the lead runner.
Well, that's not normal positioning for Jackson Olsen. Technically it is. The Bananas were in the Skoll ship, but wasn't set up where you normally are as a second baseman. Nonetheless, great first move over to his right, and he tacks on the trick play as well with that perfect bounce pass to Ryan Cox.
Now Andy Cosgrove having a stupendous rookie season in Banana Ball. Can't ask for anything more. He keeps it rolling here. Lines that one to left. Jackson attacking, and Skoll with a big turn and heads back to second. Andy now with a 21-game on base streak. He had a 9-game RBI streak broken up yesterday.
Yeah, became the first man to 50 runs batted in this season on Thursday. And unbelievably enough, not only is he just keeping the hit parade going and that RBI parade, he's got 5 ball 4 sprints through 7 games this month. So he's also been incredibly disciplined. That's how you maintain an on-base streak this long.
It's so impressive. Tanner Thomas was a barrel man yesterday. Doesn't square this one up. DR able to clean it up. And Nisnik strands a pair Well, putting up a very important 0 for this Bananas offense. Robert Anthony Cruz, DR Meadows, Dan Oberst due to swing it. Rack, I think, is going to have a specialty walk-up for him in his first career game in the leadoff spot across his season and a half here in Banana Land. It'll be a battle between former minor leaguers to kick off the bottom of the first inning with Brett Helton on the bump, trying to stay red hot up there.
Yeah, this is Helton's 15th start of the season. He has 4 wins and 3 losses. And all of a sudden, he's pitched himself into Pitcher of the Year conversations. 3-0 with a 2.25 earned run average and 3-minute and 22-second MPI mark over his last 9 games. He's got 19 strikeouts, 1 ball 4 sprint in that span. And he also set a banana ball record this year, facing 114 straight batters without allowing a ball 4 sprint. That broke the mark of 99 set by Cowboy Kyle Lewigs last season.
This walk-up's going to be elaborate. So good. When it happened in Charlotte, we said, we can do even better. I mean, you want to talk about bells and whistles. That's an all-timer right there. Robert Anthony Cruz hacking at the first pitch. Brett Helton drifting into foul territory, called off by Jason Swan. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, that's exactly what Brett Helton's looking for. Again, this is the key to what's making him so effective. He's always in the strike zone. Guys feel the need to get aggressive early and wind up not making very solid contact like we just saw from Robert Anthony Cruz.
DR Meadows will try his luck. Every banana that steps into the box here in the bottom of the first inning will represent the inning-winning run. Remember, every inning in banana ball, a game within itself. That one back up the middle. Helton not able to make the stab. Baber knocks it down. Throw to first, not in time. Pulls Swan off the bag anyhow. Well, that would have been a remarkable play by Derek Ginger. Instead, an infield single for the Nanners, team leader in batting average. The doctor came in hitting .366. He keeps on swinging the bat very well. Now the inning-winning run aboard for Dan Oberst.
This is only the 2nd time that DR Meadows has been in the starting lineup, but not in the leadoff spot since August 14th, 2023 in Hartford, Connecticut. Nonetheless, DR Meadows, he's provided at least 1 hit in each of these first 2 games for the Nanners, and Helton will check on him at first base.
Correct me if I'm wrong, that was Duncan Park. DR was in the 9-hole?
Yeah.
He had
3 runs batted in that ball game.
That's right. That was a Party Animals 4-0 lead. Bananas came back. What a fun game that was.
With showdowns.
That's right.
With showdowns.
That one on a frozen rope into left. Dan Oberst follows up the Meadows single with a knock of his own. Pushes the inning-winning run into scoring position. And now 2 on with 1 down for Correll Prime. A battle between best friends and roommates for 6 of the last 7 years. Prime, a former Rockies minor leaguer. Helton, a former Pirates minor leaguer. They became best buds in the American Association. They love doing battle when it matters most. There goes DR for third. Ballholm's throw perfect and in time. Mark Cole, the third base umpire, with the out call. Gutsy move by DR, only the second time he's been caught stealing in 16 tries this year. Good job by Bloomer with DR trying to pull that arm away, got the tag on just in time.
Yeah, and it looked like Meadows might have picked the right pitch to run on. Helton went to a breaking ball. Nonetheless, the reaction from Bronson Ballholm, very impressive as he was able to nail DR Meadows and looks like possibly staunch this rally in the first for the Nanners.
It is very surprising that Dan Oberst didn't follow DR up to second. Didn't see that his teammate was off for the races. Ball and 2 strikes on primetime. The inning-winning run goes from second to first. And Helton out, and now just a strike away from escaping. Fouled straight back. Prime's got to look out for 5 different pitches. Got the fastball right there. Helton goes 4-seam, 2-seam, and cutter. Works the changeup and that big looping curveball in as well, which was the pitch that Brownie threw DR out on. Best pitch to run on. This one flicked foul, and it's going to bounce off the netting. Prime, a tough cookie at the dish here with 2 strikes.
Yeah, hoping he can get a mistake from Brett Helton. He's already gotten 1 up this season. Prime 5 for 10 against Brett Helton with a long ball.
Helton pulling off all the shenanigans, trying to keep Oberst close. Oh, Bryson Bloomer! That ball was ticketed for the left field wall. The Boomer, another stupendous play at the hot corner. And we're scoreless through 1.
Robbed Eric Jones Jr. of a knock last night in the 4th inning, laying out down the line. Now makes a fine leaping grab to rob Prime of extra bases and the Bananas of a possible point in the first.
It's time for the world's slowest race. We have 5 competitors. They get one last moment with their parents, and then it is time to shine. What a wild one we had a few weeks ago. Drake Toll had the honor of calling a toddler's first ever steps. Just can't make it up.
How many times do you think that has happened? It's the first time in history.
I do. In world's slowest race history.
That a broadcaster has ever had a child's first steps?
In a world's slowest race in banana ball, yes. I mean, you got to think about broadcasters having children, not being on the air. Does it count if they're just broadcasting through their life?
I'm thinking specifically if they're on air.
I think probably the first time, and it's good for 5.5 million views on Drake's Instagram account right now. Look at this technique. Leg up, here we go. Can we repeat magic? What a pose.
I don't think that some of these guys like the rubber pellets on the turf.
I hope the turf has cooled down. I think Eric Jones Jr. said he had a 171 Fahrenheit reading on it midday today. Looks like we had a little fidget spinner-esque move. I mean, I can't blame this youngster for just plopping down and pointing at stuff. It's like you can see that mom or dad is just a few feet away. It'd be a lot easier for them to come to me. It's got to be what's going on.
I think that child is spitting up. Uh-oh. Clean up on the first baseline.
The line has done a lot more moving than the toddlers. But how about this? Oh, reach it! Give me a reach. Don't eat the rubber pellets. Stop eating the pellets. Just reach the finish line. Yes, scoot. The scoot to victory. Pull it down. You bet. What a job. And a well-earned victory for that toddler. Pure domination when it mattered most. Seems like the clutch gene has been inherited. Noah Nisnik hoping to take some inspiration and turn it into another scoreless frame. Able to sprint and a single in the first inning, was able to strand a pair on the bases. Continues to struggle finding first pitch strikes so far tonight. Gets right back into the count though, 1-1 on Dustin Baber. We saw on the pregame show during the fan warm-up, Alexis, Dustin's wife, with the full Baber outfit, beard and all, as this one is popped right side out of play. That is not the only Party Animals player doppelganger out there. I think there's a Bloomer, there might be a Ponce in the stands. We will task our wonderful crew with trying to track them down at some point during the night. So that one is smoked towards the kid zone. Look out, people, my gosh. Everyone's okay. Foul ball not caught.
Nobody wanted to be stilts, huh?
Yeah, that would be a cumbersome outfit to be bringing through the grandstand. Yes, there they are. You folks are so good. I mean, are you kidding me? Payoff pitch to Babes. Swing and a miss. Firm fastball from Niz Nasty. That's our first strikeout of the ballgame.
Well, he didn't come out of the gate here in the second with the best control, but able to find the strike zone, able to foul off a couple, and then get that borderline pitch that was running on the outside corner. Baber trying to protect, came up empty.
Jason Swan, last night's showman of the game. He's picked up a couple of them here on his third world tour. Oh, tried to send that thing to cooler. Ball and a strike on Swanee. Went did 2 for 3 last night. This one deep to right. Reese Alexiadis lining it up. 360. Oh, no. Tried to pull off the tornado catch. The ball deflects off. Catches some turf. And it'll be a trick play missed.
Well, you get one more look at Alexiadis, and it just comes off the tip of the glove. Fortunately for Alexiadis, he still kind of sold it, or at least got it back in his hands as if he had caught the ball. So Jason Swan was not able to advance an extra base on that trick play missed.
No balls and 2 strikes to Grayson Bloomer. As Niz checks on Swan. And Bloomer spoils that. Loses some armor. Hits it away. Mark Smith will retrieve it. Looks like he's going to auction that off to the highest bidder. That's a good blink. Big curveball down and in. Bloomer does not bite. Two-two count now on the kid out of Lexington, Kentucky. Niz stepping off with the left foot. Another snap throw over to Swan. There goes Jason, taking off for second. This one blasted deep, but foul down the right field line. Oh my gosh, on top of the concession stand. We get another payoff pitch. There goes Swan again, and that one is ball 4. Jackson Olsen has no idea. No, we're gonna say that was strike 3. Holy moly, Bloomer was off. Olsen was confused, as was I. Swan will get a stolen base.
Yes, Swan off to the races, but I wouldn't say that Bryson Wheeler really took his time with the strike 3 call by any means. Bloomer out of the box is probably what threw the infielders off the most in that situation.
What threw the Beco off the most. That one scraping the bottom of the knees. Nisnik and company get the call. 0-1 now on Brunson Ballholm, the switch hitting catcher. Good stop, EJ. That's the second time tonight that he has smothered a bouncer in the plate. Thank you, Chase Acuff. Keeping us locked in on what's going on in Richmond. Ty Jackson moseying over. There is out number 3. And Niz strands a second runner in scoring position tonight. Puts up another goose egg.
It's a second straight 20-pitch inning for Noah Nisnik. Nonetheless, he's got to be feeling really good about keeping the Party Animals off the board through their first 2 offensive innings tonight.
Let's talk about trick plays. It's Banana Ball Basics time here in the middle of the second inning. We are at 956 total trick plays coming into the night, which, as you can see, is nearly 19 per game, which is more than 5 per game, more than we had last year. Of course, the Bananas, with the most defensive opportunities, have the lion's share of them, but the Party Animals, firefighters, and tailgaters have been impressive as well defensively, trick playable.
Well, you can see this season the average trick plays per game up by 4, and that is a big reason why we're already on the verge of 1,000 trick plays this season. The 1,000th came in game 76 last season. We're projected to reach 1,000 in game 54, which should come next Thursday as the Party Animals take on the visitors in Louisville, Kentucky. Of course, if both of these teams or both of these ball games have 22 trick plays in them, we will have reached 1,000 tonight.
I'll tell you what, we could have 23 trick plays here. They could have 21 in Richmond. That would get the job done as well.
I was just trying to, I just want everybody to be even.
We could have 24 tonight. If they can get 20 up in Richmond.
I see what you're doing here. You're pretty good at this, man.
Yeah. Grandma Sarah told me from a young age I was gifted with numbers. It's all about instilling belief in youngsters, folks. Bottom of the second inning, 5, 6, and 7. And in this Bananas lineup, Reese Alexiadis. Behind 0-1, pitcher's pitch from Helton to start his second inning of action. High fly ball to left. Noah Fisher moseying on in, is going to tip it up and pull it in the jersey. Yes! How'd he do it? All the buttons came loose, but just enough security to pull in the out.
That is ridiculous from Noah Fisher. We've seen this ball popped into the jersey before. It falls, it looks like all the way down to the belt, and he had Sal Jacobo right there just in case it had slipped out to still make the grab.
Slow tapper to the right side. Swan backhanding, bouncing it to himself, flipping it over to Helton. Swanee with the trick play, and 2 quick outs for Brett here in the bottom of the second.
4 pitches, 2 trick plays for the Party Animals, their first 2 of the ball game after a pretty quiet first inning. And Brett Helton among the leaders among pitchers this year when it comes to outs that have come via trick plays.
Ty Jackson trying to fire up his team. He was the designated runner Thursday and Friday. Gets the start in left tonight, barking to his dugout every time he takes the ball. Ahead 2-0. This one into foul territory. Jacobo and Bloomer run out of room, and the fans do not make the play. Saw the batting average. Ty only hitting 174 on his first World Tour. But the on-base percentage is .304. He has more sprints than strikeouts. And always puts up quality at-bats. Ahead 3 balls and a strike. Is there lightning in that bat of Ty 2 Fly? He'll take a sprint. Doesn't get the chance to show it off. The throw, oh, this is a disaster! The throw from Ballholm all the way past Jacobo and Fisher. Ty Jackson racing around third. He is going to have himself a walk-off sprint as the Nanners take the lead 1-0.
Unbelievable! The first 4-base ball 4 sprint of the season, and Sam's got the walk-off hero.
Biko, Josh, we got Ty Jackson. Ty, where's the spark come from?
Man, I wake up in the morning and it's just such a blessing, man. All glory to God, win every pitch.
Ty, get out into the field. Keep running.
Let's do it.
Biko, Josh, fastest man. Phew.
Thank you, SB. Thank you for the time, Ty, before he runs out to left. Another look. The throw over the head of Jacobo. Fisher was sprinting in to try and be a part of those final 3 guys that have to touch the ball before it's live. And a unique head-first slide into home. Ty Jackson with the jolt of energy that this Bananas team so desperately needed. He scored the inning-winning run in the 7th inning last night. That was on a flared single to left. He started on first. It was an aggressive move just to go to third. Tanner Thomas bobbled the ball a little, realized he wasn't going to have a chance, so he lobbed it into second, and as soon as Ty saw that happen, it was a really athletic slide into third, popped right up, sprinted in another 90 feet. First time we've seen that in Banana Ball history, and now we see the first 4-base sprint in 2025.
Well, you mentioned that the season numbers might not be where Ty Jackson would like them to be, but in limited action in June, he's been a revelation for this Bananas team. 2 for 3, now with 3 ball 4 sprints and 3 runs batted in for this ball club, and proving to be a spark plug for a second straight game.
The Jacksonville, Florida native up to 9 sprints compared to 6 strikeouts on the tour. This is a guy who knows what it takes to win in Banana Land. Excellent work from the Banana Band. As we head to the third, Noah Nisnik has a lead. And this one flicked out to right field. Long run for Reese Alexiadis. He's got it with a slide. And Sal Jacobo taken care of. We go back to the top of the order, and Reese Hampton after another look. The Alexiadis F9. Down into a 4-point stance there. He's just been so great with the celebrations this year. A lot of cartoon inspiration, some video game stuff. I think that was just straight from the gridiron. Nisnik with Olsen, Cox, and Meadows. Dancing, talking about some whiskey glasses. You know this tune, Josh?
No, but I was just going to say, I think this was taken straight from the dance hall. Seems like something straight out of Saddlebags.
And the fastball misses. So 2 balls and no strikes on Hampton, who rounded out softly to Nisnik his first time. Oh, you know what? I think that was Low Cash. It's one of those where Low Cash, Zach Frangelo, our director of entertainment, says, you have no idea, but you're hearing them everywhere. It's one of those moments, just happened to me. Our buddies from Tampa. Halftime showable. Count still 2-2 on Hampton. This is the first lead in points the Bananas have had this weekend. Bouncer to Kyle Jackson, between the legs, across the diamond. Nice footwork by Correll Prime on the other end. And a trick play for out number 2.
Second of the game now for the Savannah Bananas, and Kyle Jackson, that's trick play number 49 in his rookie campaign. To get to 50 in his first Banana Ball season would be awfully impressive.
Chance for the fans here. No play. That was a tough one. Right on the right side of the grandstand by first base concessions. Nisnik a strike away from putting together the first 1-2-3 inning for either side tonight. A scary moment here for Noah Fisher after he fouls that one off. Looks like he's in a lot better shape than Chase Acuff was after fouling a ball off of his shin on Thursday. That has him out about 2 months, it looks like, with a fractured shin, but still adding value here in Banana Land, because of course he is. We've got a 1-1 game up in Richmond. We only know that because of Chosen. Ooh, that was sick. Pull that off on a ball in fair territory, please, KJ.
Everything's a rep for Kyle Jackson, and that was kind of the story of his prime season for the Bananas. Whether they were practicing or the Party Animals were doing their drills, KJ was out there, and now Reese Alexiadis snags this ball in right field to cap off a 2-minute and 42-second inning as we now go down to the field for our Bananas Foster family of the night.
Across the United States, there are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. To raise awareness and support this community, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating those in the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Tonight, we are celebrating the Clip family. Kevin and Melissa, along with their 5 biological children, opened up their hearts and home to become a licensed foster family. They have been licensed for 6 years and have welcomed 16 children and teens into their home, as well as adopting their daughter into their family. Tonight, they are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of their daughter's adoption. Fans, please help us celebrate the Clip family for making a difference in the foster care community.
It's always such a cool moment when we get to celebrate the superheroes in the foster care community. Another huge shout out to Kevin and Melissa Clip. All the kiddos in the family as well. Superheroes here in the foster care community in Chatham County. And if you'd like to support Bananas Foster, I highly recommend you do it. You can text Bananas to 50155. Help us support foster families and the organizations that do so much good in the foster care world. Go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. I don't know if my nose deceives me, but I smell hope in this Bananas dugout. Boy, do they need it.
I mean, last night you had multiple guys, and they were still saying that before today's game, saying that they would have bet their life savings on the fact that they were going to win last night's ball game after Ryan Kellogg came in to pitch. Ty Jackson dazzled everyone with his aggressive base running, and unfortunately just a tough inning for Austin Prisminski in the 8th led to that Party Animals win. But they've got a little extra motivation just following that tough loss. And again, you mentioned it earlier, Reginald Horton's birthday, and he said that he would not accept anything except a win tonight.
That's holding his players accountable. See if Kyle Jackson can bring some boom for Reggie on his 46th birthday. 8, 9, and 10 in the order. KJ, over the last month or so, really has owned the 2-hole in this Bananas lineup. Was elevated to the leadoff spot last night. Flicks this one in the air, scooped by Baber over to first with a bounce. In time. Whoa, KJ wants a challenge. He was hustling down the line. To the naked eye, I thought he beat the rap. We will need obvious evidence to overturn the call on the field, but that is what Kyle Jackson brings. He hustles every single play. And in Banana Ball, a sport which encourages trick plays, you try and add some extra spice. If you're Dustin Baber, you might pay the price. We'll get another look. We've got a minute on the clock. It's bang, bang. Seth Markham with the call. Jason Swan with the bare hand reception. And boy, is this a blurry shot we've got.
Do we have any other angle?
We're looking for another angle as we speak. Just got word from the control room. We still have half a minute to try and figure this out. Wow, this angle makes it look like he is safe. Look at that. The ball is not in hand. The ball has to be secured by Swan's hand before KJ just touches the base. I think this call is overturned.
I think I agree with you.
We get another look at the first angle, which is so blurry, it's tough to tell. But I'm now seeing it, yes. I would overturn this call.
Yes.
That's a great angle. Good work, control room. Safe is the call on the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, after further review, the ruling on the field, overturned. Runners.
Brett Helton shaking his head at us. I don't know how he could disagree, but I guess he is biased. Well, it won't help his batting average, it won't help his OBP, but that is a team first play by Kyle Jackson, beating that one out. The inning winning run is aboard for Eric Jones Jr. Tell you what it will help is WRC Plus.
You just made my night. Oh, man. I'm beaming.
Maceo Harrison making me beam with the dance moves. And now 3 balls and no strikes on EJ. AJ's got great wheels. Ball 4 here. He could score from first. Oh. Jones was trying to end the inning in one fell swoop.
Well, that's taking a page out of the Party Animals book. Swing 3-0 with the outfielder shaded in. You hopefully get it over their heads. And with the speed of Kyle Jackson, you figure it's going to bring in another point. Instead, fouled off, and Helton a quick check on Jackson at first.
Bouncer into left field. EJ finds the 6 hole and pushes the inning-winning run up to second base. Two on, nobody out. Jackson Olsen digs in. The hit last night. The numbers continue to get better and better. It was a slow start to World Tour number 3 for Jackie. But we're seeing more barrels every weekend that Jackie gets to suit up for this Nanners squad. Now a ball and a strike on him.
And tonight marks a pretty special milestone for Jackson Olsen as well. His 200th career banana ball game. He finds himself in a pretty advantageous spot here in the bottom of the 3rd, trying to put the Bananas up multiple points early.
Two balls and 2 strikes. That one straight into, oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Into the Party Animals dugout and hit Chase Acuff. Come on, Jackson.
Where is the class?
Field bucket, man. Literally hitting a guy while he's down. That's not what we do around here in Banana Land. Jay's still shaking his head.
Tellier was upset. They gave him the big thumbs down.
Payoff. Bounce to first. Swan wheels and fires to second for 1. Jacobo. Oh no, misfires to Brett Helton. And Kyle Jackson will score. And E6 wins the inning for the Nanners. And it's 2-0 through 3.
Where y'all sitting at?
Nanners good at following directions. I had never seen that dance before. I'd like to think that I could have kept up. I can't wiggle my ears though, so that's
me neither.
That is a big problem.
Not once, not never.
Take a look at what happened last night in the first ever Texas Tailgaters versus Firefighters game. Not just 1 foul out to fans. Not just 2 foul outs to fans. I'm gonna break the news. It was a Banana Ball record 6 foul outs to fans. I hope you were one of the people getting to watch that game live on the Firefighters YouTube channel. Now, it's always cool to get to see the highlights, but getting to experience Banana Ball history like that, which you have the opportunity to do again as the Firefighters and Tailgaters are live on the Firefighters YouTube channel once again as we speak. I mean, that is special stuff right there. So cool that this happened in the Firefighters' first ever headlining game.
And this also came a week after the fans set a new record. They had caught 5 in Cincinnati in the Bananas Tailgaters game. Unbelievably enough, 4 of the 6 outs in this game actually went against the Firefighters, the headlining team.
And Zach Staten, calling his first ever Banana Ball game, had a wonderful line on the Indiana Stanley foul out to a fan. It was a guy in a Tailgaters jersey. Friendly fire in the stands. Zach was terrific on the call last night. He's back on the play-by-play this evening. The tailgaters and firefighters doing battle once again. It was a tailgaters 3-1 victory last night, spoiling the firefighters' first ever headlining game. And as we get back to the action here in historic Grayson Stadium, Nanners up 2-0. 3, 4, and 5 due to swing it for the Party Animals. That is a filthy changeup as Niz sits down Skull, and that is 6 straight Party Animals retired.
Well, we've seen now across the last 2 innings, Noah Niznik starting to find the control that he was looking for in the first 2 frames, getting those first pitch strikes. Now his 3rd strikeout, and low strike call from Bryson Wheeler to start this at-bat for Andy Cosgrove.
Lifts this one out to right. Super Reese going on over, tipping it up, pulling it in the hat. He grabs his first trick play of the ball game, number 42 of the tour for him. Another look at the trick play from Alexiadis. That is now 7 straight Party Animals retired by Noah Niznik. And if you go back to Tanner Thomas, his first time flying out to end the bottom of the first, Party Animals have not gotten a sprint or a hit. Since that, the only base runner was a trick play missed from Alexiadis in right.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for Tanner Thomas right now. 2 for 22 against Noah Niznik here in 2025. But fouling off the 1-1 pitch over to the left side and out of play for any fans.
Which is fascinating because historically Tanner has hit lefties better than righties. Which is rare for lefty on lefty having reverse splits like that, but that goes back to the Tallahassee Community College days, the Virginia Tech days, and his banana ball career. Now World Tour number 4. Able to spoil the fastball. Count still 2-2.
The numbers against Niznik may not be good, but recently Tanner Thomas has been in a pretty strong stretch for the Animals. A .320 batting average in June, a double, a triple, a home run. And 2 of his last 3 games against the Bananas in particular have been 3-hit games.
Yeah, he had a 3-hit game last night, 3 for 4, a double, couple runs scored. The only time he was retired was a screaming line out to Alexiadis in right. World Prime is going to watch this sail into the second level of the deck, bounce all the way back down to field level. Great battle brewing between Thomas and Niznik. Here's trying to notch a second straight 1-2-3 inning. Here he gets it. High cheese, strikeout number 4 on the night. Niznik is fired up and staring down the Party Animals dugout as he walks off the field.
Only threw 13 pitches here in the 4th as well. We saw Andy Archer warming up down the first base line, but there's a possibility the Bananas may stick with Niznik and ride his hot left arm right now.
Let's get it on down to Isaac Cool. We're hay babying here in historic Grayson Stadium. Nanners lead 2-0. head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The wives and girlfriends getting to move it and groove it once again in their disguises this evening.
If you get the opportunity, who are you dressing up?
Hold that thought. Let's get it to Sharp.
To the plate is 11-year-old Bear. As a toddler, Bear was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder called tuberous sclerosis, in which tumors grow all over the body and cause significant health issues. Today, as part of Make-A-Wish, Bear is living out his dream of becoming a member of the Savannah Bananas alongside his very favorite player, Rack. Fans, it's time to make a lot of noise for Bear!
Magical moment right there. Huge thank you to Bear for spending the whole day with us. Robert Anthony Cruz trying to make the day more memorable. It was Bear's wish to get to hang out with the Savannah Bananas. Coach Rack is his favorite player. And Robert Anthony Cruz will bounce into the professor, Dustin Baber. Fine trick play to start the last of the 4th.
Well, he got here early this morning to hit some BP with the Savannah Bananas. Rack was actually the guy throwing to Bear. He also took part in some content with Rack throughout the day. I know it's just been a really cool experience, and all the players have talked about the fact that he's just a big ball of energy.
Yeah, I think I saw him take a couple hundred swings down there, Rack. With the Lions' share of the BP tossing. I saw Kyle Jackson get in there, throw some BP as well. There's trick play ability is really impressive. He was warming up with Ryan Cox and Dalton Malden just before the game. Saw him whip out a professor.
He did not for the Little League bat right off the rip either. He was swinging the wood bats that Rack and some of the other Bananas uses. This is a deep fly ball into the right field corner for DR Meadows, tracked down by Jake Skoll, and a quick 2 outs for Brett Helton in the bottom of the 4th.
Boy, DR flirting with his first home run since 2023 in Charleston, West Virginia. Went to the short porch. It's not quite enough distance. Didn't quite have perfect direction either. Dan Oberst stands in the way of a 1-2-3 inning for Brett Helton. It's not going to happen. That is a seed out to right center to Triple Alley. Oberst can run very well. He's turning around second, and it's going to have himself a stand-up 3-bagger. Immediately looks to the Bananas dugout. With 2 down, the inning-winning run 90 feet away.
Well, Oberst has just been so good at home this season. His 21st hit in Grayson Stadium. Now has 11 extra base hits in this ballpark. That's his second triple here in Grayson.
Real prime, trying to make it 3 straight innings with the Bananas walk-off. That is a firm fastball to even up the count. Prime smoked the ball his first time, lined out to a leaping Bryson Bloomer at third. Smokes it again, this time Sal Jacobo with the jumping grab. A pair of barrels for Prime and a pair of fine snags by the Party Animals to rob him of knocks.
Both men on the left side of the infield, robbing Prime of knocks and possible walk-offs. First Bloomer and now Jacobo, his second excellent leaping grab of the series.
Let's get it on down to the field. It's time for a little wet cheeks.
The most is going home as champion. Zion Bright, where are you at?
What's up, Isaac? I'm on the third base dugout side, and Isaac, your side is going down, buddy.
Well, let me tell you something for all of our contestants. If your buns were not sweaty enough, they sure will be, because this promo is called Wet Cheeks. Gentlemen, assume the position. Let's get those butts in the air. On your marks, get set, go. All right, we got one butt
we got one down. We got 2 down over here. Okay. Oh!
All right.
You're down.
We got Cowboy Kyle over here on the bananas.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, he's going
pitching
crazy.
those water balloons.
Oh!
All right, we got another one down.
We got
2. Oh, we got 3 buns. Oh, right on the bald head.
3, 2, post down.
Oh! Zion, how many did hit over there?
If you count me, I got knocked out. We got 2.
Well, I tell you what, Zion, we're going home as champion because we had 5 buns hit and Wet Cheeks. Give it up for yourselves, everybody.
Thank you, Isaac and Zion. Well, the cheeks down there are wet. And Noah Nisnik out for a 5th inning of work. He's the first Savannah Bananas starter this year. Here on their 43rd game played to make it to the 5th inning. Tyler Gillum, Adam Byron, Eric Fox riding the hot hand.
Well, look, they've got so many arms across the team. They're trying to make sure that everybody can get into ball games, but this weekend they're a little short-handed without Zach Phillips and Kyle Perry, and that's why you see them sticking to Noah Nisnik, who induces another ground out as Baber, a victim of a great play from Kyle Jackson at the hot corner.
He just makes it look so much easier than it is. Guy who held down third base for the majority of his career at Kent State, and then got the shortstop job halfway through his senior campaign. You can put him anywhere, he is going to shine. Jason Swan with the ball and a strike as that huge bending curveball gets the bottom of the zone, and that one into the turf. Another nice stop by Eric Jones Jr. He reached on the trick play, missed back in the 2nd inning. It's the only way a Party Animals hitter has reached base since there were 2 outs in the 1st. 3-2. Into foul territory. Prime giving it a look. It's going to reach the seats. Bang off the second deck. Another payoff pitch coming. Another foul ball. The fans have not caught one so far this series. After we saw a Banana Ball record 6 foul outs to fans last night up in Richmond, Virginia, between the firefighters and tailgaters. See if the folks in Savannah can just get one. That is a beautiful curveball. 3rd 3-2 pitch. Nisnik goes to the deuce and has strikeout number 5.
This is the Noah Nisnik that helped him become the 2024 Rookie of the Year award winner for the Savannah Bananas. Absolutely dialed in on the pitcher's mound, now with 5 strikeouts in the ball game, and Bloomer, the 2nd man to go down against Nisnik, now in the box.
Flies this one out to right center. Reese Alexiadis tipping it up. DR Meadows hauling it in the cap. A double trick play to put an end to the top of the 5th inning. That is now 11 straight Party Animals retired by Niz Nasty. Putting a bow on 5 scoreless frames tossed. Absolutely dynamic. We get another look at Alexiadis and Meadows with the double trick play, and let's get it down to SB.
Hey, Biko, Josh, yes, you introduced us to Bear just a little bit ago as he escorted his favorite player, Robert Anthony Cruz, to the dish. Bear, so far in your day here, what's been a big takeaway or a favorite moment for you?
Probably getting signed.
It was big, yes, that's right, guys. He signed a contract. He's an official Banana Ball player. He worked a lot with Coach Rack. He does a lot of teaching. Any big lessons he's taught you so far?
No, we've just been hanging out.
Just hanging out, just two guys out here on the field. Now, the Bananas are up right now, and they haven't won here in 10 games. Do you think they're winning maybe because you're here?
Yes.
Yeah, no question about that. Finally, Rack 0 for 2 tonight. Anything you might teach him or tell him to get maybe a home run out of this one?
Stay locked in.
Guys, he's a seasoned pro. Bear has got it all figured out. Biko, Josh, keep an eye on this kid. We might see him in the lineup if he keeps it up.
Fire me up, Bear. Well, he's officially on the team. And he has been the good luck charm so far for the Savannah Bananas. Cowboy Kyle and company hurling some t-shirts at the Grayson faithful. This is a team that did not have a lead in points in this 3-game series against the Party Animals until tonight. They have capitalized on a couple uncharacteristic mistakes from this Party Animal squad. Brett Helton out for a 5th inning of work. His battery mate, Bronson Ballholm, has discarded his jersey. Interesting choice. See if it pays off. 2 balls and no strikes on Reese Alexiadis. 5, 6, and 7 in the order due to swing it. Ryan Cox and Ty Jackson due up after Reese. High pop right side, Jason Swan. He's gonna run out of room. The fans do not make the play.
Yesterday marked the first time this season where Reese Alexiadis had failed to reach base in back-to-back games for the Savannah Bananas. To break out of that, he proceeded to go deep and become the first Banana to 10 home runs here in 2025.
A low strike evens up the count. The 2-2 from Helton. Flared into shallow center. Hampton on the run, sliding, can't make the play. The ball bounces behind him. Alexiadis has great wheels. He slides into second with a flared double. And the inning-winning run in scoring position. One batter into the bottom of the 5th.
Well, Hampton was an 80-grade outfielder when he was in the Tigers minor league organization. Tried to make a really good play on that banana ball. And I think just got a little too aggressive. It kind of looked like he also knew that he wasn't necessarily going to make that catch. Therefore, the slide in center field wasn't exactly necessary and led to the ball squirting behind him and Alexiadis getting an extra base.
Brett Helton with the 1-0 count on Ryan Cox. Bringing in Jacobo Baber and Hampton for some dancing. Some herky-jerky stuff. Eclectic moves on display. Fastball up and out, 2 balls and no strikes. For those who may not know, the scouting grades for minor leaguers, it's on an 80 scale, 20 to 80. So 80 is as good as you can get when it comes to one of your tools. And they don't give out 80s willy-nilly. That is some hard-earned stuff right there for Reese Hampton.
Well, we've talked before about how difficult it can be to play the left and right center gaps here in Grayson Stadium. Big reason the Party Animals are able to win games is because of their superb defense and Hampton's ability to glide from one part of the field to the other, cover so much ground and get those outs.
That one misses down and in. And that's all it takes. A blooper and a sprint for the Nanners to add another tally to their lead. 3-0 through 5 as they try to break their 10-game losing streak in Savannah against the Party Animals. It's a good tune right here. The old Soul Survivor. The boys do it right. Celebrating Ryan Cox notching walk-off number 16 on the tour. He ties Robert Anthony Cruz for the league lead. And we'll get it on down to the Banana Nanas as we head to the 6th. Golly, those banana nanas never miss. Wonderful stuff. With the boogie to get us to the 6th inning. Here comes Bronson Ballholm. He's going to head to the plate in style. I mean, I very much wish I was a party animal, so yeah, fair message there, Bronson Ballholm.
You're somewhat of a bad boy yourself.
I mean, I'm a party animal, but I'm not a party animal. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that support. I want to be on the professional banana ball team of the party animals is the problem. Ronnie turns around to hit from the left side. Flew out to left field. Swinging it from the right side against Noah Nisnik, who just had the best start of the year for Savannah Bananas pitchers. Andy Archer, first man out of the pen, has a 2-1 count on the switch hitting catcher.
Archer with a win and 3 losses on the tour. He allowed 5 hits and 4 runs on Thursday to the Party Animals and issued his first 2 sprints of the month. But he finds himself second on the Savannah Bananas with a 4-minute and 1 second minutes per inning mark this year.
Ballholm, Jacobo, and then at the top of the order, Reese Hampton. And what a job by Bronny. Bouncer through the 4-hole. And that is the first hit for the Party Animals since an Andy Cosgrove single in the first inning. Boy, are they excited to see Noah Nisnik back in the Bananas dugout. And Bronny will give way to Mark Smith, who didn't even get an opportunity to pinch run yesterday. Normally, the designated runner for the Party Animals gets in there for Andy Cosgrove, but he was the extra hitter. We got to run the base paths. Cosgrove DHing today. Ronnie will get a jump start on putting the gear back on. Ball and 2 strikes on Salvador Jacobo. Flew out to right his first time. And Archer will check on Mark Smith. 4 for 6 on the tour in his stolen base try. Coming off an all-time season at Salem State last spring. He was 33 for 35 in his stolen base tries. Set the Salem State single season record for swiped bags. We'll go halfway to second, now head back to first as Alexiadis grabs the tip drill trick play. And 1 down with Smith still at first as the Animals lineup turns on its head.
That's an important out for Andy Archer. It's scary enough to get 3-2 to the guy in the 10-hole for the Party Animals, Sal Jacobo. Nonetheless, you challenge him. You just make sure you give him a firm heater, put it over the zone, force him to put it in play, and luckily not barreled up and instead tipped by Reese Alexiadis. Technically never in the glove.
Andy Archer with 3 straight split changeups to the Animals switch hitting center fielder. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of ground outs today. And Big Arch will check on Smith over at first again.
Part of Archer's change in pitching style this season came in his ability to pitch backwards to batters instead of necessarily going with all your heaters off the rip. Sometimes Archer tries to work in reverse and throw those strikeout pitches and then go with the heater as Hampton skies this one to left field and Ty Jackson tracks it down. No advance from Bronson Ballholm.
See Ty That's a great celebration. He deked him with the behind the back, then catches it the old-fashioned way. Seems like the Bananas are having a concerted effort tonight to be very, very stringent with their trick play tries. When you lose 10 straight games to your opponent in your home ballpark, it's a completely understandable strategy, trying to get off the schneid.
Well, the trick play is also a little low when you consider the fact that Noah Nisnik had 5 punch-outs against the Party Animals as Fisher barrels this one into left field. Again, Ty Jackson tries to deke out Bronson Ballholm, or I should say Mark Smith, thinking that the ball had gotten behind him and was going to the wall. But Smith, good IQ, he didn't fall for it.
Sticky situation here for Archer. 2 on, 2 down. Jake Skoll behind 0-1. Once again, the split changeup. First pitch of the plate appearance. Then he goes to the heat. This is inside. Foul tip. Split change snagged by EJ. Archer a strike away from escaping. And Skoll spoils that one. Chance for the fans to end the inning. They do not catch it. Three Bananas on the right side of the infield in the Skoll shift. He has as much time as he needs to reset himself after the foul ball. And he tries to quick pitch Skoll. A little bit of a Bush League move there. Grayson Wheeler doesn't even recognize the pitch. Well, maybe he did as a ball. Doesn't matter. This one spanked up the middle past the dive of Cox. Smith getting the wave. Throw from DR in time. Tag from Bill Leroy behind the dish on the foot of Mark Smith. The doctor, an assassin in center once again. And he denies the Party Animals a run.
Well, down 3 points, they had to get aggressive. Meadows fielded the ball in shallow center field and came up firing perfectly to Bill Leroy, despite the hop that you're about to see from Mark Smith at home plate. You're going to see Bill Leroy make that fantastic adjustment to get the cleat of Smith and record that final out.
Let's get it down to Zion Bright for some musical hugs.
Spin, spin. We're spinning, we're spinning. You don't know where they're at. You don't know where they're at. They could be anywhere. Oh, go, 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 go. Ah! All right, you are eliminated. Here we go. Keep it going, Shark. Go, 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 spin, spin, spin. Spin it, spin it, spin it. Bring it around town. Bring it around town. Oh. Oh no. You, my friend, you are out of here. Here we go, Shark. Last time, whoever's left is the winner. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, don't cheat. Don't cheat. Don't you cheat. Let's go. Keep spinning. Keep spinning. Oh, well, where? Oh, and we have a winner. My friend Jason is the winner of musical hugs.
Peter Holden, the new man on the mound. You get a look at the numbers here on his first full world tour. As he plunks Ty Jackson on his first pitch of the ball game, and Ty mildly excited about the opportunity to run the bases. Just another day at the office for the Nanners left fielder who walked off the second inning on the first 4-base ball force sprint of the year, thanks to a sailed throw from Bronson Ballholm that got past Jacobo and Fisher. And now Ty aboard another time. Excellent speed. And Alex Ziegler will pinch it here for Kyle Jackson with the inning-winning run at first. Back up the middle, a barrel for the Zigmaster. Boy, he's starting to heat up. The pride of Butler, Pennsylvania aboard. He pushes the inning-winning run into scoring position.
mean, we know how good Kyle Jackson's been all season for the Savannah Bananas, but you get the opportunity to start this frame against Peter Holden with 3 straight right-handed hitters. Jackson, Alex Ziegler, and now Bill Leroy coming off the bench and likely in to catch for Eric Jones Jr.
Not just likely, 100% catching. He made the tag out on Mark Smith.
You're right.
To end the top of the inning. But this is the first inning of action today for Bill. So EJ got 5 innings behind the dish. He was superb back there. Might as well have been a brick wall. And Bill Leroy comes in, immediately makes a huge defensive play. The luxury for the Bananas to have such sturdy catchers. And fouls off the 0-2 offering here from Holden. Bill's got to look out for a 4-pitch mix. Fastballs mid to upper 80s, changeup, and a slider to round it out. And changeup is the best pitch for the 6'5 southpaw. But Bill gets a fastball. Looks like it would have been called strike 3, able to spoil it again. The inning-winning run on second. Great speed in Ty Jackson. Former Coastal Plain League teammate back in the summer of 2021. Continuing to battle at the dish. Did he go? No, says Seth Markham, the first base umpire. It's a big check swing on a nasty slider from Pistol Pete. The 1-2. Count runs even. This is the pitch where Holden really wants to finish off Leroy. He's 2 balls away from losing the inning. There's the bender once again. Wow, where did that miss? That looked like it was right at the knees. Holden does not get the call from Bryson Wheeler. He is apoplectic. Understandably so. That was a beautifully located 2-strike pitch. And with the full count, Bill spoils another offering.
Understandable to be upset about the strike zone. You just can't allow it to get in your head with 2 guys in scoring position. You're 1 bad one away from ending another inning and giving the Bananas yet another point in this ball game. Just got to focus on making sure the next pitch is good as Holden clips the outside corner and now gets the call from Bryson Wheeler behind home plate.
That was a disgusting 3-2 backdoor bender. Holden rings the bell. And another look. Gnarly movement on that.
And you never know, that might have been a makeup call as well for Peter Holden after the pitch definitely was called a ball when he liked it. Ty Jackson now trying to direct traffic as he gets caught in a pickle. And Jacobo will run him down and place a tag, but designated runner Dalton Malden still makes it up to second. A man remains in scoring position for the Nanners.
Get another look. Good job by Ty. Just making sure that the Bananas still had a runner in scoring position. Dalton Malden getting his first ever start as the designated runner for the Bananas, with Malachi Mitchell off for the weekend. And now he's in scoring position. Jackson Olsen nowhere near the slider in the dirt as Holden jumps ahead. Nanners looking to extend their lead. Holden trying to hold the door. Why not? Right goes right back to the well. And if I was Bronson Ballholm, I'd be calling another slider here. The 0-2. It's exactly what he does. Holden executes. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. White Castle special. Nothing but sliders, and Holden puts up a big goose egg.
Holden bears down, 2 strikeouts. Ty Jackson erased off the bases, and the Party Animals able to limit the lead of the Savannah Bananas, still at 3 through 6.
Fair, Anthony. Good to see Armani there as well. Let's get it to Maceo. We're dancing. Maceo with Zig straight off a barrel. And Donnie and Krem delighting the full capacity crowd here in Savannah with their dance moves. Reginald Horton celebrating his 46th birthday by keeping everybody hydrated, and Robert Anthony Cruz. It's been a while since we've seen Rack on the mound. He inherits a 3-0 lead and is trying to keep it that way.
5th game in which Rack has appeared on the pitcher's mound for the Bananas. His first relief outing since March 23rd. That was here in Grayson Stadium. He's allowed 8 hits through 3 innings, but the Party Animals have really battled against Cruz. They've been amazing at fouling off pitches until they get a mistake from the Bananas' emergency right-hander.
Ball and a strike on Andy Cosgrove. The fans want donuts. Rack needs to get them a strikeout for them to get their sweet treats. 3-1 count on the Party Animals designated hitter. Tanner Thomas on deck. Dustin Baber in the hole. And that is 4 out of his first 5 pitches for balls. That is Rack's one bugaboo in his limited banana ball pitching career. It's a guy who's been clocked in the low 90s with the gun, throwing at his alma mater, Biola. But if it can't end up in the zone, it's not worth anything. Everything moves for Rack too, which makes it so much tougher to control the arsenal.
And obviously in an ideal situation, you'd love to have Andy Archer coming back out here in the 7th inning, but it was a 24-pitch frame for the right-hander, and he gave up 3 hits and was kind of bailed out of the inning thanks to a marvelous play from D.R. Meadows.
The doctor is going to have to play this one on a hop. Tanner Thomas now 1 for 3 on the ball game. Continuing to swing. A good bat here in Savannah. And with 2 aboard and nobody gone, Dustin Baber for a 3rd straight ball game will break out the Bananas beer bat. Takes care of its contents. Baber in the crowd enjoying it as well. Dustin strikes this well. D.R. Meadows, backflip catch, you bet. Cosgrove is going to tag and take 3rd as Meadows fires into 2nd. Wonderful trick play, but a heads-up move there by Cosgrove to tag on it.
Personally, I'm a little surprised Meadows broke out the backflip and didn't nail the landing either. Cosgrove read it perfectly, retreated to that second base back instantly, and as soon as that ball was in Meadows' glove as he was flipping, he was running his way over to 3rd base to put men on the corners.
Rack could really use a double play here. Breaks off a slider wide. A ball and a strike on Jason Swan. Firefighters lead 4-2. Thank you so much, Chase Acuff. This could be 2. KJ to Olsen, scoop over to first. What a twin killing. Around the horn go the Bananas, and they get Rack out of trouble. It is 7 shutout innings now for Nanners pitching.
Just what the doctor ordered. Rack gets the ground ball and a 2-minute and 22-second inning to boot. Tremendous play from Kyle Jackson, fielding that one on a hop, and Olsen, a quick enough turn to get that over to Correll Prime.
It was a heck of a scoop by KJ, then it was another wonderful scoop by Olsen. Able to twist it. What a weekend we've got coming up here in Banana Ball. It starts Thursday night in Louisville as the visitors return and they take on the Party Animals, the first of a 3-game set. Then the following night, it is going to be Visitors Party Animals round 2. Well, we have Bananas versus Firefighters from Nationals Park in our nation's capital. Saturday night, once again, the Party Animals and Visitors will be battling in Louisville. Well, the Bananas and Firefighters once again on Bananas YouTube channel, but also on ESPN2. Another huge weekend for our young sport.
They are all going to be incredible games. We saw in DC, the Banana Square up against the Firefighters. You have Robert Anthony Cruz's signature home run of the season. A flyover to start the game. Danny Hosley, a Secret Service escort out to the pitcher's mound. And a close ball game. The Bananas just squeaked out a 4-3 victory. But the visitors seem pretty ready to take on the Party Animals. They've used each of the last 2 mornings to scrimmage before Louisville next weekend.
You see Ryan Rodriguez, the new man on the mound. The Newhall Californian. Good battle against Mr. Robert Anthony Cruz out of Fontana, California. Couple Golden State kids squaring off here in the Peach State. And nice two-seam movement on the fastball from Ryrod to jump ahead. Top of the order here for the Bananas. It's been 5 shutout innings from Noah Nisnik, then scoreless frames from Andy Archer and Robert Anthony Cruz. Now Rack trying to provide some offense. Doesn't even think about the bender from Sexy Mexi.
Well, we mentioned after last night's game where the Bananas had 4 trick plays missed, they really had to clean things up defensively. They have been able to keep the Party Animals off the board with fantastic plays in the 6th and 7th. DR Meadows throw home to Bill Leroy, and then Kyle Jackson and Jackson Olsen turning 2.
The 2-2. Fouled away. Too close to take. Cruz gets a piece of it. Ryrod trying to backdoor that one, just misses the zone. Grayson Wheeler letting him know it was a tad outside. And for the 3-2. So that's a dance right out of Arrested Development. I think he would fit in with the Bluth family when they pull off the chicken dances. Nice job, Rack. Once again, excellent 2-strike offering. And he's going to get another pitch from Rodriguez. Heck of a battle to start the bottom of the 7th. And it continues.
8 pitches so far between the Sexy Mexi and Robert Anthony Cruz, and now he gets his sign from Bronny and readies yet another payoff.
Fouled away. How about it? Another payoff. This one squibbed the other way. Rodriguez off the mound, can't field it, and a bare hand attempt. Bloomer whiffs. After all that, Robert Anthony Cruz hits the ball about 60 feet and has himself an infield single. Oh, Josh Talevsky.
That's
you disagree?
V1.
Okay. I'm sorry, I thought Rodriguez never touched the ball. Our bat boy fixing the outfit as he nails the pose. Good thing I score my games in pen. We get another look. He won?
Yeah.
He won.
I mean, that's just a play you've got to make regardless.
Coming off the mound. Speedy guy. I mean, I think I did. But I just don't think it was a gimme. Either way, the important thing, Robert Anthony Cruz on first. He'll check. He'll get a check, rather, from Rodriguez. DR at the dish, 1 for 2. This one lifted out to right center. Long run for Skull and Hampton. Neither can get there. DR Meadows all the way to the fan wall. Rack showing off the wheels is going to score from first. And it is all Bananas tonight here in Grayson, trying to end the 10-game winning streak here for the Animals. The Bananas lead 4-0.
That's the beauty of a quality plate appearance from Robert Anthony Cruz. 10 pitches against Ryan Rodriguez, then his second delivery to DR Meadows. It's a mistake left over the plate a little too much that winds up in the right center gap. and leads to the 4th point of the ball game for the Savannah Bananas.
Extra bases for the doctor. Split with the best view in the house. And Cruz, after twirling a goose egg in the top of the 7th inning, earns himself a point. Coming across to score after the 10-pitch battle with Rodriguez. Puts the ball in play. Good things happen. And DR does the rest with the 2nd hit of the ball game. 2 innings to play. The Nanners up 4-0, and Gage Voorhees will take over for Cruz on the bump, trying to keep the shutout going. Voorhees pitching for a 3rd straight game here this weekend. He's going to have the bottom 3 in the Party Animals lineup: Bloomer, Ballholm, and Tacobo.
Well, he tossed 9 pitches last night before giving way to a surprise entrance from Ryan Kellogg. Voorhees has a 1-3 record here in 2025, and his strikeout rate is higher here at home than it is on the road. He's striking out 15.2% of the batters he's faced here in Grayson Stadium this year. But 6 of the 8 home runs he's allowed have come in this ballpark.
2022 Coastal Plain League Bananas teammates battling to start our 8th inning. And that is back-to-back beautiful benders from Voorhees. Bloomer got a piece behind 0-2. Line, oh, Gage, look what he found. A barrel straight to the leather. What a start for Voorhees.
Well, it's kind of similar to what we saw last night between Dakota Stilts All-Britain and Dalton Ponce. That one was nearly in Ponce's chest, but Voorhees reaches out to his side just a hair and robs Bloomer of a shot right up the middle.
Bronson Ballholm, broken bat, but that bat's dying happy. You'll always trade a hunk of lumber for a knock. And Bronny now 2 for 3 on the night. Jamming out to some Weezer. I mean, you got Beverly Hills playing. The kid was born in Arizona, but it's 6th grade on Brentwood, California. Not too far from Hollywood. Okobo with the turf cutter. KJ to Olsen, over to first. In time! 2 straight innings. Kyle Jackson to Jackson Olsen to Correll Prime. Double plays.
The Bananas marvelous defensively all night long. Voorhees an incredible play on the pitcher's mound, and a 2nd straight double play to end the inning. Party Animals have not scored through the first 8 innings tonight.
What a stretch, and toe drag from Prime. Let's get it down to Princess Potassia.
Get those cell phone flashlights out so we can light up the night. It's time to sing a little yellow. Sing it loud, Savannah, Georgia. Called.
Folks going bananas tonight here in historic Grayson Stadium. The 433rd straight sold-out crowd in Banana Land lighting up the sky as Brady Keiss comes out of the pen and is trying to keep the deficit as 4 before we get to our final inning where every run scored counts as a point.
29th ball game of the year for Brady Keiss, who had a rocky first outing back against the Savannah Bananas. 4 hits, one of which was a home run, a ball 4 sprint as well that gave the Bananas a walk-off on Thursday. He has an 8.44 earned run average here in Grayson Stadium. He has not been particularly strong in this ballpark.
Tallest batter, Dakota Stilts Albritton.
Dakota Stilts Albritton coming up to swing it against Keiss. He smoked the ball against Dalton Ponce on Thursday, right back to the mound. It was an excellent play by Ponce. Rob Stilts of a knock.
I got to chat last night with Stilts just a little bit. He said he really felt like he was finding his form again in the batter's box. He said he took a couple steps back to be able to see pitches a little better. Now skies this in the infield. Jacobo with the tip, Bloomer with the tip, and Baber a barehanded snag, but the trick play will go only to Sal Jacobo here as the Party Animals retire Albritton for the 2nd time this weekend.
Get another look at the Jacobo trick play. Bloomer and Baber getting in on the fun, just not statistically. If they caught the ball between the legs, behind the back, in their jersey, in the hat, with a foot juggle, I mean, there's a lot of ways to make it a double trick play. None of them happened. 1-2 to Correll Prime. This one lifted deep out to right. Jake Skoll is gonna watch it sail over the wall. Correll Prime, Oppo Taco. It's a blast for Bear. And this is all Bananas, 5-0 after 8.
All 3 home runs this season for Correll Prime have come in Grayson Stadium, and this his first Oppo Taco of the year. Bananas rolling against the Party Animals, up 5 going into the final inning of play.
The Nanners never led Thursday or Friday in 5-3 and 3-2 losses respectively. A walk-off ball 4 sprint from Ty Jackson in the 2nd inning put the Nanners up 1-0. They have not looked back. What a piece of hitting. And boom goes the dynamite. Correll Prime channeling his inner Ja Morant. 3rd bomb of the tour. Nanners up 5 as we enter our final frame where every run scored counts as a point. If the Party Animals can rally for 5 and tie this up, we will go to showdowns. Crazier things have happened. We saw one of the greatest rallies in Banana Ball history from this Party Animals team against Danny Hosley last year in Salt Lake City. A remarkable come-from-behind victory. And the first ever Banana Ball game held in Utah. We're gonna have to repeat the performance here tonight. Good news for them, it's the top of the order against Danny Do-It-All. Hampton, Fisher, and Skoll will be due to swing it.
Yeah, you've got to feel fantastic about those first 3 guys in the order. They'll all have a look at Danny Hosley. If any of them find success, they may be back up to the plate as the golden batter as well for someone later in that lineup. It is not an impossible task for the Party Animals here against Danny Hosley, but nonetheless, he has been really good for this team and now gets to pitch in a non-save situation with a lot of room to breathe.
And it looks like Hosley's going to get a specialty entrance to the field. I think the entire Bananas defense is. Give it to us, Haas. Epic entrance for one of the best pitchers in Banana Ball history.
In his first relief appearance since May 10th, Hosley tossed a 2-minute and 20-second inning on Thursday. He has the best strikeout to sprint ratio in Banana Ball, over 3-1, and he's striking out 28.6% of the batters he's faced this season.
Tegan, Alora, and company in the chat, you're spot on. Holy air ball. 2-0 start to the inning. Make it 2 balls and a strike on Reese Hampton. Couple ground outs and a fly out. This is only the 4th time through the order for the Party Animals. They have not scored a run tonight. Hosley trying to complete the shutout. There's 2 different levels to shutouts in Banana Ball. There's the points shutout, there's the runs shutout. Andrews looking for both tonight. 2-2, look out. Hampton has to skip rope as the count runs full. Payoff pitch. Fouled away, we'll do it again. We're always blessed to get to see 2 of the best to ever do it in our young sport do battle. So many epic duels between Hosley and Hampton. Boy, a hawk just flew right over the field. That was buzzed the tower. How apropos. Next time we'll be playing Banana Ball, at least the Bananas. We'll be back in Washington, D.C., where Hosley got to take his memorable flight over our nation's capital before he entered and slammed the door on the firefighters last year. Party Animals will get a game before that, though, Thursday night against the visitors in Louisville. Another 3-2. This is a mile high out to right. A moon ball waiting for it to land. Reese Alexiadis has it for the first out. Lights are down. Noah Fisher's getting a specialty walk-up. I don't know what this is, but I love it.
Is this like the new Timmy Trumpets? Is this what Edwin Diaz will enter into?
I think I want to call that a light train. This one past the dive of Prime. Throw on the run from Olsen, not in time. Excellent effort from Danny Do-It-All. Fisher was going to beat the rap either way. And nice night for Fish. 2 for 3, a ball four sprint. The time he was retired was on a line out to right. And as you get another look, all-out effort from Hosley. No chance to grab the speedy Fisher, though.
That's just hitting the ball in the right place in the infield. Jackson Olsen also had to run a long way just to keep that one in the infield. But again, 5-run cushion right now for Danny Hosley. He's got a lot of room to play with, but certainly shouldn't try and pitch Jake Skoll too carefully.
Jake Skoll, deep to right. Alexiadis at the wall, watching it sail out of here. Holy moly, that might have made the parking lot. Tour leading 14th bomb on the year for Scully. And the shutout is no more. It's a 5-2 game.
Well, it was certainly a high drive. Now each of the last 2 homers kind of getting out of this yard surprisingly. Wind not blowing either here in Grayson Stadium. That's the pure strength of Jake Skoll at work. as he now extends the Banana Ball single season home run record to 14.
And how about this? Another look at Scully extending his Banana Ball Tour record. Homer count up to 14. Both Banana Ball games are 5-2 in the top of the 9th inning with 1 out. That's about to change. Andy Cosgrove pops it up into foul territory. Corral Prime gets us 1 out ahead of the folks up in Richmond. Just kidding, Ben Dunn with a strikeout. They've got 2 outs up there as well. Who can finish first? Danny Hosley's gonna have to get through Tanner Thomas. Well, the young professor announces a golden batter for the Texas Tailgaters. Tanner's been swinging a great bat across the last 2.5 games. He's behind 0-1. Nick Lopez is the golden batter for the Tailgaters.
Thomas 2 for 13 this season against Danny Do-It-All. But one of those knocks, a big home run that came out in Glendale, Arizona. See if Tanner can try and keep the power going for the Party Animals here in the final inning. As you got to do something to keep the line moving or get some more momentum at least.
Swing and a miss. Party Animals are down to their final strike as the Firefighters win it 5-2 up in Richmond. Nanner's trying to do the same down here. Thomas still with life. Able to spoil the Vulcan changeup. The Firefighters earn the series split against the Tailgaters. They will await this Bananas team this coming Friday night in our nation's capital. Hosley induces a pop-up. Right side, Kyle Jackson runs out of room. The fans can't make the play. They had a great shot at it. Tanner putting up a heck of a fight. KJ with some words of encouragement for the folks over there in the picnic plaza. Danny Do-It-All trying to put this game on ice. Another 1-2. Fastball is up. Deuce is wild. Hosley working quickly. Another foul ball. Tanner, what a job he is doing here with the game on the line.
Hampton's at bat went 9 pitches against Danny Hosley's. Thomas is guaranteed at least 8 pitches here against the Bananas righty, who has also induced a lot of swing and miss against Thomas, burying his signature Vulcan change in the dirt.
The 2-2. Look out, Tanner. That is spooky. Hosley is in the low 90s with the fastball. Thomas jackknifes out of the way. Now a payoff pitch. That ball smashed foul. Oh my goodness. The plot thickens. Tanner's gotten plenty of changeups, plenty of fastballs. I don't think we've seen the 12-6 curve yet from Hosley in this plate appearance. Tenth pitch. Bounced foul, let's get an 11th.
Just keep challenging Tanner Thomas if you're Danny Hosley. Go to your heater, do whatever you have to keep the ball in the strike zone, because right now, Thomas wants to hack.
He gets to take his time coming back in after the foul ball. Here's the 11th pitch of the plate appearance. That ball destroyed, deep out to right center. Tanner Thomas watching it fly out of here. No doubt, solo shot, second homer of the inning for the Animals. And it is a 2-point game.
A piece that went all the way to the Penske truck beyond the right field wall. Tanner Thomas, a behemoth blast and the Party Animals continue the rally in the 9th, down just 2.
Boy, the Fleming Island, Florida kid is seeing beach balls right now. Nothing but quality at bats across the last couple nights. And now a golden batter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Party Animals are using their golden batter. Batting for number 9, Dustin Baber. Please welcome to the plate, Jake Skoll!
Jake Skoll, once again, the Party Animals golden batter. They'll swing in here for Babes. Mike Vivacis and company just need to get the bat in the hands of Jason Swan, who would be the tying run. He waits on deck. Danny Hosley trying to put this thing to bed. Misses with the fastball. This is the beauty of banana ball. The Nanners have dominated all night long, but every run scored counts as a point in the 9th. And the Party Animals have come alive. Hosley gets a whiff on the Vulcan change, which would have been ball 3. Now he puts a changeup in for strike 2. And once again, the Party Animals down to their final strike. 2-2 coming from Haas. Fastball fouled away. Here we go again. Another foul ball. We're going to get a 7th pitch between Hosley and Skoll. And the count runs full. Huge stop by Bill Leroy to prevent Skoll an opportunity of stealing first. Tanner Thomas, an 11-pitch battle ending in a solo home run. Now an 8th pitch coming from Hosley to Skoll. Swing and a miss! He goes to the changeup. He gets the K. And the Nanners survive, putting the Party Animals away 5-3 as Skoll and Hosley exchange words.
Despite the scare at the end of the ball game, the Bananas had all the good luck charms on their side tonight. Ryan Kellogg back in the building, Bear on their side, and on the day of their motivational coach, Reginald Horton's birthday, the Bananas snap a 10-game Party Animals win streak here in Grayson Stadium.
And things are testy here, folks. Reese Hampton has to push Skoll back to the dugout. A lot of Party Animals barking at the Bananas as they dance it out, finally ending this Animals' 10-game winning streak in Savannah. We'll only see these teams play 2 more times. It will be in St. Louis. But the Bananas finally prove they can defeat the Party Animals in their home stadium. And they do it on Reggie's birthday, with Bear, an honorable member of the squad. You're gonna have to get your popcorn, folks, when these two teams duel it out once again. For now, let's get it on down to Sam Bauman. Vico, Josh, could it have been anybody else for our showman of the night other than Noah Niznik? Noah going 5 innings, a handful of strikeouts in there. What was working for the boys in yellow and yourself tonight?
Everything. Top to bottom, 1 through 9, all the pitchers locked in. All pitches working, all swings working, just seeing the ball well out there.
Now, Noah, it'd been 10 games since you guys have beat those guys in black and pink over there here in Savannah. What does it mean to get this win against your rivals, the Party Animals?
Oh! Boom, baby. Boom, baby. No, it feels good. It means a lot. We've been on a little bit of a skid against them. They're playing well over there. They're outstanding ball players. But so coming out here, able to get this one, get us back on the right track is a lot.
And of course, the next time you face them will be in your hometown we gonna get ourselves 5 innings in St. Louis?
No, and then some. That's it's really ultimately up to Gilly and Viro, but we're feeling good. Hopefully we don't come out.
Noah, there's a lot riding on this game. Not just getting the win streak ended for the Party Animals, but there's a man over here you just couldn't lose this game for. Talk to me about what it means to get this dub for our man Reggie.
It means a lot. I mean, you look at him, there's never a dull moment when he's around, smiling nonstop, bringing that energy, holding us accountable, keeping us hydrated. And, it's certainly special to be able to pitch on his birthday.
Hey, Reggie, what do you got to say to these boys?
Get the dog, JYD. I am so proud of y'all. Y'all done what I asked. Y'all did it. And I'm so proud of y'all tonight. Big game tonight. Hey, Carnival, come on!
Amigo Josh, I don't know if you got ears left. You don't need them, though. We're celebrating tonight.
Appreciate it, SB. Thanks for firing us up. Reggie, happy birthday, buddy. Noah Niznik, congratulations. That is a well-earned Showman of the Night award. And apologies to all the headphone users out there in Banana Land. Take a look at what Noah Niznik was able to do over 5 scoreless innings of work.
He was remarkable. He only gave up 1 hit to the Party Animals in tonight's ball game. And despite an early sprint, had some really good strikeout stuff. 5 total punch-outs. The Bananas with a handful of trick plays behind him as well. And overall, they also made some really big plays defensively for the other guys who took over in this ball game. A throw home that helped out Andy Cosgrove, and double plays for both Robert Anthony Cruz and Gage Voorhees.
The entire staff, unbelievable, until their best pitcher, Danny Hosley, touched up for 3 runs in the 9th inning when it matters most. But luckily, the offense was able to pick up the pitching staff and produce 5 points across those first 8 innings. It was plenty of a cushion for the Nanners to get this much-needed victory before they play the Firefighters this coming Friday and Saturday night in Washington, D.C., while the Party Animals will be fiery heading into their battle with the Visitors this coming Thursday night in Louisville, as we welcome you inside the booth with Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala. Thank you all so much for spending your Saturday night with us here in virtual Banana Land. And how it all ended up, I mean, you have the 2-run homer from Skull, the solo home run from Tanner in that unbelievable battle going 11 pitches deep, and then golden batter Hosley able to win the battle with Jake Skull. They have had a rivalry for 3 straight world tours. I mean, these guys travel together, a lot of them live together. Tensions become high because both teams want to win so bad. And it got a little further than I think you are used to seeing down there. It's just because these guys care so much. And as much as you never want to see something like that, it also is cool to be reminded that these guys really want to win more than anything, and that is so important to this sport.
I mean, the Party Animals relish beating the Bananas each and every time, but especially when they can do it in the Bananas home ballpark of Grayson Stadium, it just means that bit more. They've had a lot of pride across this 10-game win streak here in Grayson Stadium, but in the end, Danny Hosley went to his best pitch, that Vulcan change, to make sure he could get the strikeout of Jake Skull. He didn't seem too happy about it, but it's still nice to see the tensions sometimes. You just got to control it after all, because things were pretty chippy even on Thursday when the liner off the bat of Kyle Jackson was snagged by Sal Jacobo. I know Drew Gillespie, some of the Party Animals were immediately barking at the Savannah Bananas, but they kind of swallowed their pride. If there were any things that they were upset about, it was all in their own clubhouse, and I think the Party Animals need to possibly do a little bit of a better job with that going forward. Nonetheless, fantastic game, and you got to see at the end just how valuable that 9th inning can be in Banana Ball. Even though they were up 5, the Party Animals were not out of it whatsoever, as they had 3 runs and all of a sudden were right back in it as Skull was trying to set up Jason Swan to possibly tie the game on 1 swing.
That's what we were saying going into the 9th inning. That is what is so beautiful about Banana Ball, is you are just never out of these games. You could set yourself up to be in the best position possible to win a game in the 9th inning, but games are won and lost in the 9th, and that was really evident as ever here tonight. So the Party Animals still take 2 out of 3. They are still by far the best team in Banana Ball so far on this tour, but a much-needed win for this Banana squad to prove to themselves, because the next time that these two teams possibly play in Savannah will be in October in our tour championship. So just going into that, knowing that you hadn't lost 11 straight at home against this Animal squad, really important for the Nanners.
Again, they played phenomenal defense. That was what cost them last night's ball game. There's definitely like a 50-50 chance that the Bananas could have won that game last night. But you think about how the trick plays missed hurt them earlier in that ball game and could have kept runs off the board for the Party Animals. Nonetheless, Bananas, fantastic. They did all of the right things. Their pitching was phenomenal, and that's something they are going to desperately need come October in the Tour Championship if they want to beat the Party Animals.
And a reminder for the people out there, that was the 37th time that the Savannah Bananas and the Party Animals have played this year. I mean, you are just bound to get some bad blood across that timeline. The Party Animals are 14 and carry the 1. Check that. The Party Animals are now 22 and 15. The Bananas 15 and 22. Of course, the inverse against their arch rivals. And as we said earlier, the Party Animals now get to play the visitors. I am so thrilled to get to see this visitors squad. I've spent a decent amount of time with them this week. Their energy is unbelievable. They have been scrimmaging, beating the bejesus out of each other here in Grayson Stadium across the last 3 weeks. And just a reminder, the majority of the visitors team last year are all on Banana Ball teams this year. So this is a glimpse into the future. The Banana Ball Championship League starts next year. I think the vast majority of guys you see on this visitors team will be a part of that league.
71% of the players who were visitors last year wound up on a Banana Ball team this year. That could be even higher, as you talked about, with the expansion of 2 new Banana Ball franchises come the BBCL in 2026. But they've got a lot of talent. They've got a lot of characters as well that should be really fun. And on the Banana side of things, the Firefighters are coming off a pretty convincing win tonight against the Texas Tailgaters. So vibes should be high for them, as they know they took the Bananas down to the wire in Washington, D.C. a season ago.
Yeah, only lost by a point. It was a Danny Hosley Vulcan changeup that got the Bananas the victory in our nation's capital last year. The Firefighters team, after getting a split series with the Tailgaters up in Richmond and taking 1 out of 3 against the Party Animals in their previous series in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They're still looking for that first win against the Bananas this year. 0-4 across those 2-game series in KC and Anaheim. So you know that both these teams are going to be coming out the gates red hot once again. A huge shout out to our entire cast and crew in the BTV world here. Our camera operators, our wonderful folks in the control room. This broadcast was directed by the legend himself, Mr. Chad Reese, and our producer, the wonderful Clayton Franklin. Thank you to Sam Bauman down on the field with some wonderful hits tonight. To Mr. Josh Talevsky in the booth, I am Biko Scala saying so long for now. Make sure Thursday night you have those dials turned to the Party Animals YouTube channel. It will be 7 p.m. Eastern, Louisville Eastern.
We'll get back to you guys.
Yeah,
Eastern, okay.
I was never a doubt, baby. 7 p.m. Eastern, first pitch Thursday night, and then Friday and Saturday nights, we're going to have double-barreled Banana Ball action once again for you from Louisville and Washington, D.C. There's only one D in that. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Until we see you then, we will see you later!
Happy birthday, Reggie!